sequence of trig ratios. So we are looking at the tangent ratio. So tan theta is equal to the opposite side being divided by the adjacent. So just like with sine and cosine, it means that if you put tan theta and then you divide your opposite side by your adjacent side, they will be equal to the exact same values. Now, let's work it out and by putting it in the values. So tan theta is equal to opposite divided by adjacent. So tan, you'll put your tan first. The angle in this case is 64. So that's tan 64 is equal to the opposite side is x and your adjacent side is 14. So just like with when you were doing sine and cosine, the opposite side is the one that when you draw an arrow, it is away from it. And the adjacent side is the side that helped to form the angle, that is not your hypotenuse. So we want to find the value of x. So just like when you were dealing with the others, you basically just cross multiply. So x times 1, that will give you back x, equal tan 64 multiplied by 14 meters. That's it. And then you just put the values on your calculator. So tan 64 multiplied by 14 meters is equal to this 28.7 meters. And please note here, once you're dealing with tan, it doesn't really, well, for any of them, when you get to this step, it doesn't matter the order. So me putting 14 tan 64 times 14, or me saying 14 times tan 64 is the same answer you will get. And even if the sides alternate, so if I had placed x on this side and tan 64 times 14 on this side, you'll still get the same answers. So how the format does not matter as long as you have the correct thing, that your x or your unknown is equal to the tan of the angle multiplied by the length of the side that you are given. Now in this case, we have the opposite side. So tan first, angle is 10, equal the opposite divided by your adjacent side. So you want your adjacent side to be found. When you cross multiply, equals, so it will be x times tan 10 is equal to 13 times 1, so that's still 13. So you want your x by itself, so you divide both sides by tan 10 to get rid of it from this side and have it on the other side. So x is equal to 13 divided by tan 10. So x is equal to, and you just simply type that in your calculator, tan 10, 13 divided by tan 10, and you'll get 73.7 meters. So that's the length of the opposite side in order to get that value. Now, what if you want to find the value of your angle? Same procedures like with the others. You'll say tan, put your angle, equals. Now it will always be the opposite side, so opposite is 19 divided by your adjacent side, which is 23, equals. So for you to find an angle, it is always the inverse of it. So invert theta is equal to tan inverse of 19 over 23. Now please note, unlike with sine and cosine, where you cannot have the bigger number at the top, this one can give you an answer if the numbers were alternated. So you have to be extremely careful how you place the numbers in, because you will get an answer regardless of what you put in. So you must ensure that you're typing in the correct thing. So then you put in inverse, tan inverse. And that's generally, if it's not written out clearly, so say tan inverse on your calculator, you can just press shift, then you press the key that has the word tan on it, and then you put in the values. So that's 19 over 23 equal. And in our case, the angle value would be equal to 39.6 degrees. And that's your answer. So these are how you work out tan theta. So once you want the angle, it is always going to be equal to this. Theta will always be equal to the tan inverse of the opposite side divided by your adjacent side. If you want to find your adjacent side, it will always be equal to the opposite side divided by the tan of the angle. So that's what you did here to get this. This formula, that's what you have here, tan inverse, opposite over adjacent. And for the final one, if you want your adjacent side, your opposite side rather, it will be equal to the tan of the angle or the adjacent side being multiplied. So it's adjacent multiplied by tan of the angle. And please remember, the order for multiplication does not matter because it's commutative. For division, however, you must ensure that the order is correct. You cannot have tan theta divided by opposite. It must always be the opposite side being divided by tan theta. And in this case, where it's inverse, it should always be the opposite divided by your adjacent, because otherwise you are going to be given an incorrect answer. So thanks for watching, and I hope this video on explaining tan ratio would have assisted you just like the other sequences of sine and cosine ratios. So thanks for watching, and see you another time when I'll explain other mathematical concepts.